Good morning, guys. It's Brian. Today we're going to be working on another Project Miata video. So today I have to run a couple errands before we start working on the Miata. I have to run to Home Depot as well as the hardware store because I will be picking up some metal epoxy. The reason behind this is I want to join the two pieces of metal that we fabricated last week together. That way, when I go to tack them on the car, there's no play in them. They don't have a chance to move around. I just want everything to be set in place when I go ahead and tack it on. So we're going to go ahead and grab some metal epoxy and then see how much time that takes. It's probably going to have to cure overnight, so I probably won't be able to do any tack welding today. But we're just going to start there and see where it goes. So, alright guys, so we're back. We have the epoxy from the hardware store. Luckily I didn't have to go to Home Depot. So we got that. We got a couple tools for bonding. We have a pair of pliers, thin pliers. I have a couple C-clamps in my car. And then we have the fabricated metal pieces that we're going to be using. Alright, so this is the area that we're going to be working with. If you watched Dalton's video, like I mentioned in the last video, you would have already known this. This is where we had to cut out the rocker panel, and then this whole piece of the frame right here was rusted. That's the part we're going to be working on today, fabricating the piece that goes up in here. Once we do that, we can tack it all on and then start working on fabricating the new rocker panel and body right here. So the basic idea for today is we're going to take our two pieces of fabricated metal. The first is going to be our front support. Go ahead and line it up for you real quick. There we go. Hold that in place, just like that. And then the next one, we're going to take it and come behind it, just like that, and go ahead and line it up best we can, so like that. That's kind of how it's going to look, just like that. So what I'm going to come and do is I'm going to go ahead and take this Sharpie right here and mark at the very bottom here so we know where to put our epoxy. There we go. That gives me a reference of where our plates are going to line up and where the epoxy has to go. And I'm going to go ahead and throw a line right here as well. There we go. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and unbox our epoxy, our Loctite, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Alright, and if you've never used epoxy, it's pretty simple. Basically all you got to do, just pull that, tweeze all the air bubbles inside. There we go. There we go. Alright. You just got to break off the tip just like that. Put it in your core just like that, so it kind of looks like that. I got this shit all over my pants. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and take our first piece right here. Start putting some epoxy on. put some on this bottom piece right here, like that. Then we're going to take it over here and just start lining it up just like that. Make sure that's all the way on. I'm trying to do this with one hand. And make sure that's all the way on like you want it. Clamp it down so it's not going anywhere. And then, basically, we just gotta wait for it to dry. So that's our first part of fabricating this new frame here. So, it's been about an hour now. I just took off the pliers, and looks like our front support is pretty much on there. We're gonna let it sit. I'm gonna put the pliers back on, but before I do, we're gonna go ahead and put on our next piece. And as you can see, I already drew up the line to where I have to apply the epoxy around it, and then we're gonna go stick it on. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying our epoxy. There it is. You don't necessarily have to be super generous with it. I'm actually just going to go ahead and put a lot in there. Something like that. Go. Some on the sides here too. Oops. There we go. That. I'm just going to go ahead and touch that up real quick. So we're going to go ahead and line this bad boy up. Just like that. Perfect. And I kind of got to just stay here and hold it because I don't really have anything else to do that with. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes now since I applied the epoxy to the second piece of metal, and this is what it's looking like right now. So far I think it looks pretty good. We just gotta wait. I'm probably gonna wait till tomorrow, come back tomorrow and see how it's holding up, but for the most part it's doing pretty good. So, I accomplished what I needed to accomplish today, and I'm feeling good about it. So.
Alright guys, so to wrap this video up, I'm pretty happy with the work I got done on the car today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next part of this video. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, stay classy.